Protests have broken out in Delhi over the alleged gang rape and murder of a 9-year-old girl. The girl, a member of the Dalit caste, the lowest in India's caste hierarchy, was killed in a crematorium in the city. Protesters are demanding justice for the girl and her family. Demands for the death penalty to be handed to her attackers are also being made. The girl had gone to the crematorium to fetch water over the weekend when she was allegedly raped by the crematorium priest and 3 other men. They then burned her body. All 4 have since been arrested. People have been reacting to the brutality of the crime on social media. The common sentiment, that of outrage. Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, the city's highest elected official, tweeted calling the attack barbaric and shameful. He said there was a need to improve law and order in the city and also called for capital punishment for the accused. Now, this Twitter user said she didn't know what was more heartbreaking. Quote, that a little girl had to go to the crematorium to get drinking water, or that to adult men she was just a female body that could be allegedly violated and then disposed of for convenience sakes. Yogita Bhayana is an anti-rape activist and founder of the NGO Pari, which works with survivors of sexual violence. She joins me now from Delhi. Yogita, protesters are demanding justice for the girl and her family. Do you think they will get it?
See, justice is very subjective. And this country, in this scenario particularly, when we stand with such families or such survivors' family, if the girls are alive, we don't promise them justice. You see, justice in this country, it took us 9 years to get justice for the girl, which was the most highlighted case of the world. From India, Nirbhaya case took 9 years, and all the other cases of mine where I'm helping the families, they still are in the courts for many, many years. So I just can't say whether we will get them justice, but we will stand with them in solidarity.
Yogita, the girl in this particular case was a Dalit, the lowest in India's caste hierarchy. Do you think that played a part in the crime against her?
In this particular case, I would not say that the Dalit card was being a Dalit girl was an issue, because all other children of this country, of Delhi, they are equally vulnerable and gullible to such crimes, because being children, they are really vulnerable. So I would not say this was the particular scenario in this particular case. But however, I can say that yes, Dalit women are more vulnerable. When you see cases across India, atrocities are there and nobody can deny that. We cannot ignore that fact for sure. But in this particular case, I would not say that Dalit, being Dalit was her main reason to get, victimized in this particular case.
Yogita, I'd like to talk about the wider context within which crimes such as these happen against women in India, a society which I've seen myself is very patriarchal, it must be said. I'd just like to know from you, what is it like for a woman in India to simply carry on with one's daily life in the midst of this patriarchy?
Very difficult. I think we learn to coexist, but it is very difficult, trust me on that. And that's the reason I founded this organization Pari, and the main motive is to break the patriarchy, work with the victims, and more so work towards the prevention. And that will only happen when we break the patriarchal system, which is very, very difficult. It is a long journey, but the steps have to be taken now. And I agree with you completely. It is very difficult to exist in this country and cope up with the daily routines which you have. It's difficult to be a woman in this country.
Yogita, you and I have spoken about sexual violence in India before, and I really wish we didn't have to keep discussing this about modern-day India. But do you see any positive change happening at all in society?
Unfortunately, I have to say no, with very heavy heart. But we don't see any light of the day, because it has to be a collective effort. One organization, one individual will not make a dent. We have to collectively work, and unfortunately our governments are not serious. Public, by and large, they are not very serious about this issue, and that's the reason I've been urging our governments to take up as an important issue in Parliament itself. Right now we have a very important session going on, but nothing can be more important than safety of our girls, safety of our women, safety of our citizens overall. So but they don't tend to kind of do that. So I've been pursuing it, and I'm sure time to come
Right.
we will see some difference, but not now, as of now.
Yogita Bhayana, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to put my views. Thank you.